Welcome, readers, listeners, followers. We're doing something different today. We have Bailey. Bailey, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Bailey with the Crafty Bookstore, which is an independent bookstore. We're online only, so we can ship to you anywhere in the US. And you can be in your PJs when you shop with us too. Pros right there. We're a woman-owned and veteran-owned bookstore that caters to primarily indie authors. And the coolest thing is we make everything that we sell.
I absolutely love that. That's fantastic, Bailey. And thank you for joining and wanting to share more about yourself and your bookstore and geek out about the books we love.
It is always a joy to geek out about books. I will never say no.
I was going to be like, well, you can just have my number and we can just geek out. So your spice level, what would you say your spice level range is?
Oh gosh. I read a lot of thrillers. That's like my personal go-to love for books started with thrillers and mysteries, which are predominantly like no low spice. But I have read some spicier books that I would say are probably like 3, 4 chili peppers. I don't think I've read anything that's 5 yet. Um, I am a super plot-driven girly, so like I have to have a connection. Sorry, I just got like a frog in my throat all of a sudden.
That's
But
okay.
I definitely don't like everyone to each their own. You can go read whatever. I do not mind. I don't think I've read one that's probably 5. I'd probably be blushing though. And
I
that's
mean,
not a bad
that's not
thing.
bad.
That's not a bad thing.
No, we should change that.
Yeah, honestly, I have a few friends who are definitely like, you need to go to this. I have a couple books and I don't know what their chili peppers are, but I really want to read Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moranova. And that would be my first like truly dark romance book, I think. Um, and I feel like it would be fitting since my husband's retired from the military. I gotta read like a military romance to make my segue in, I feel like.
No, that's a great breaker.
Yeah.
There's this ooh, the last letter.
The last letter.
The last letter.
Okay.
Let me tell you, it's a tearjerker though, and
Oh,
it is rough.
you're like, it's gonna hit you everywhere emotionally.
You can't it like you start crying. Oops, I'm sorry. I got so excited. Um, you cry before you even get to page 35.
What?
Yeah.
That's intense. Okay, I'm gonna write this one down.
Oh, wait. I don't.
No,
Okay,
there's
if you
more.
cry and you hate me later, my
No,
apologies.
oh no, I definitely am one of those people. I like the emotional damaging books because I walk away and I'm like, oh, my life was just ruined in the best way. Like, I mean, it's a really baseline, low level book, but like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I know there's a lot of like meh, but that book hit me in the feels because she had like an identity crisis. And as like a semi new mom, I was like, I feel this. I feel invisible. And then,
That is
I had
so
some
relatable
serious
in motherhood.
jerk moments. Yes, it is.
The author to the last letter is Rebecca Yaros, by the way.
Okay, Rebecca Yaros. I'm gonna write this one down right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna forget.
You can DM me about how much you hate me after you read
I will, don't worry.
it. Okay,
I
good. I'm
just
glad.
because then we can chit chat about it.
Yeah, yep, that's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, okay, I mean, maybe we can just cry sympathetically with each other about it, and that would also be understandable.
That's definitely going to happen. My, oh my gosh, my pillow soaked so many tears that night. And
Aw.
I was like, this is devastating.
Oh man,
And
okay.
then my husband's like, how was the book? I'm like, we're not talking about it.
Yeah. I can't talk about it.
No, because like your husband, my husband, he's not into the books.
Yeah,
He'll let
mine
me talk
either.
about it. He'll let
It's
me
true.
be like, yammering on, and then he's like, babe, I'm not in this book. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, you don't need to know what's going on. Just hear me out.
Yeah, I do that with my husband a lot because he's not a reader. He's a big gamer. So I always like to tell everyone we 100% are the stereotype. Like he games, I read. Once upon a time, I gamed before we had kids, and that's too hard to do. And so I'll tell him about a book, and he's just like, uh huh, uh huh, uh huh. And I'm like, just forget it at this point. If you didn't have a what moment, then it's not clicking.
It gets frustrating because I want him to be so excited about it. And
Yeah.
like your husband, my husband plays games. Like he's not a gamer, but like he plays, the games on his phone. And all
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to do is be like, "Oh yeah, baby, like that's so messed up." Just be
Yeah.
just something.
Yeah. I will say though, even though my husband's not a reader yet, I did finally find a book that I got him started on and he made it like 10 chapters in. And that's the most I've ever seen him read of a fictional book. And the first 3 chapters he came out and he like it was like a moment. He came out and he went, "So this book, we got to talk about it." And I was like, "I have been waiting our entire marriage for this moment." And I was but I in my head I was like that. But honestly I'm like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" And then he proceeds to tell me and I was like, "Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh." And he just gushed for like 15 minutes about this book and I was like, "Oh, it's happening. He's feeling it." And then now
That's
it's been like a month since he's picked it up. But I know he's made it to like chapter 10 and that's a big record for him. So I'm going to take it.
that's a memory that you're going to hold dear to your heart
Oh yeah.
forever.
I think I really will, honestly.
Yeah.
Like if I ever write a memoir, that's going to be just one whole chapter right there.
Write it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Uh,
The life of a gamer husband and a book nerd wife.
yeah, it's
Hmm.
true. And how she roped him into owning a bookstore.
But if our husbands aren't supportive of our dreams, are they the one?
That's a deep question. Honestly, he's been so supportive, which is really great because knowing he's not a reader, when I came to him and was like, I have an idea. But like I spelled it all out because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So this is kind of, all off of his income to start. And I was like, here's the plan. We start online. And I was like, our home is the store, but nobody comes to visit, obviously. And then I was like, and then here's all these other pieces. And he was like, I love it, do it. And I was like, oh my gosh, seriously? And he was like, go for it. And then he's bought bookshelves when I've been like, I really need more, but I don't want to spend the money. And he's like, I already bought them for you. And I'm like, ah. So it's been really cool to see his evolution towards books and like he's seeing new things and because he's our curator now is what we call him, so he's reviewing all the authors that apply to the store and like he's catching on to the book world and I'm like, oh, this is the coolest thing.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah,
That was exactly how our conversation went.
yeah,
I'm like, I have an idea. I have a crazy idea.
yeah,
Game. Like, he's like, okay,
yeah.
sounds great.
It's yeah, he was like, I love it, just let's do it. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
My husband's
uh,
exact words were, that's not crazy. That's a really good idea. And I was like, are you being genuine
yeah.
right now?
Is this a daydream?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
And then
awesome. I love that.
we love supportive husbands and just the supportive people in our life who make us just keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, we really do. They're important. Things don't necessarily keep going without them, honestly.
No, they really don't. So where can people buy your books?
Yeah, so we have a website. It's www.thecraftybookstore.com. Super simple. People can also find us on Instagram and Threads, and we have a TikTok, but we pretty much never use it. Um, and our website has a bunch of indie authors. We have signed and unsigned copies of their books. We also have hybrid authors, so who have some books trad and some books indie. We have some traditionally published authors, and some of which we work with to get signed copies. And ultimately, the trad authors that we stock are ones who are really big believers in the power of indie bookstores. Those are the ones we want to work with the most because they see the value and the importance that they bring to the book community, but also just to communities in general because they are locally owned, locally operated. They have that focus that's much smaller and typically less focused on money.
Mm-hmm. 100%. Can I just
Yeah.
say, I used to be a TikTok girl, solely
Yeah.
TikTok. And
Yeah.
then I posted a little bit on Threads, nothing, right? And that one post that you commented on somehow just took off. And I was like, this was like me just ranting, like just a rant of like
Yeah.
being fed up. But then you guys all came and were super supportive and you immediately reached out. And I have to say, Threads has become my favorite social media app now.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of toxicity on Threads for sure, but there's so much connection that happens via Threads and Instagram. And, Threads is kind of like the Twitter of Instagram. So there's a lot more conversation. And we've had tons of authors who have found our store because of just random things or like posts I take from IG and like put them on Threads too. And I'm like, oh, wow, I feel like this wouldn't make any reach, but like it really did.
It's the post that you don't think is going to make any reach that makes the reach because you can spend so much time making a video and put
Yeah.
it somewhere and it gets zero interaction. And then you post something
Yes.
that you didn't put a lot of effort in and you just did it and then it just takes off.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm not a big TikTok fan, is I feel like no matter how much time I put into like a video or a carousel, we'd get like 20 views. And I'm like, this is just not worth the time. I'll
You
just
have
stick to where it's working.
you have to be so active on TikTok. I
Yeah.
haven't been active on there and they will unfollow you. Like if you're not
Yeah.
active and you're not posting, it's just unfollow and you're like, "Oh, okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome." But it's so time consuming and draining
Yeah.
emotionally.
Yeah. And like, I already feel like my time is consumed in a great way with how Instagram and Threads is going. So, like, I don't want a drain that's not a positive one. Um, because anytime I've ever heard of like major drama, unfortunately, I've heard a lot of it comes from like the TikTok world. And I'm like, nah, I just stay in my little corner. My little
Mhm.
corner's doing good. Come hang out with me here.
That's how it goes. Just I don't know. I was going to say something to that, but you know. So, what was the idea? When did it come to you? How did it go into fruition? What steps did you
Yeah.
take?
Oh gosh. So their bookstore was originally a childhood dream, which I think a lot of readers have. You want to work in a bookstore or, manage a bookstore or something one day when you're a kid. And I like really wanted to do it. Like I had a plan as soon as I was legally able to get a job. I wanted to apply at like the local Barnes and Noble and Borders, which that was when Borders was around. Um, and then Borders disappeared, and then there was Barnes and Noble, and I was like, well, I'm also an athlete, so like maybe I won't do that. And then eventually, life goes on, and you just kind of forget your childhood dreams. And I think two and a half years ago, I found the Bookstagram world. and I was in a really low spot of motherhood, and I got back into reading because it had been a while since I had like read for fun. And I forgot how amazing reading was. Because I used to read, like, even in college, I was a triple major and I would still read for fun. And then I graduated and I just quit like reading. And so I get back into Bookstagram and I saw this gal who had a bookstore that started online and then she ended up with a brick and mortar. And I was like, that's a great idea. And I got into ARC and beta reading and loved the indie authors. And I just had this feeling like, man, they're just so underhyped. Like, how can I help hype them in a more productive way? Cause like I had like 400 followers. So like I'm a baby bookstagrammer. I think I still only have like 600. So I don't have some great following where I'm going to make an impact. And I started doing research and was like, okay, how can I start a business that somehow helps indie authors? And I was like, let's just start a bookstore. And I came up with this entire business plan of starting it online, doing it from our home, how I would handle like the website and fulfillment and all this other stuff. Took it to my husband. He was like, do it. And that was in October of 2024. The October 1st, we launched the store. And it's been going really strong since. I think we're on month 16 of being opened now. Because yeah, it was just October 2024. And so the goal is eventually to get a brick and mortar since we do have some plans that require a lot of space that we're going to need one day, that are kind of top secret. But yeah, it was wild how it all just kind of fell into place, just boom, 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 perfectly.
That's fantastic. A small dream can actually go into bigger dreams once you start laying the path for it.
Yeah, 100%.
Go. Yeah. So let's dive into um your favorite books. What has been your favorite books of 2025 and 2026?
Ooh, okay. All right, so let's see. 2025, I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I really loved that. Not gonna lie. It was good. I also read, because the collection of my books is literally in the corner behind my desk. Um, what else did I read that I was like, oh my gosh, that was amazing? Okay, so Catherine Barrow, The Trials of Darkness. And then I read the sequel, which is I Love the Forgotten. Silas, the main character, just yes, just so good. It has the whole Shadow Mommy meets Shadow Daddy vibe, so it's top notch. So good.
I'm gonna need you
Um,
to send me that one.
oh
As in,
yeah,
like, send me a
absolutely.
DM and be
Yeah,
like,
oh yeah.
you know, that sounds great. Shadow
Plus she
mommies? Yes.
Yeah, I know, right? Plus she's in the store. She was my first beta and arc read ever. And so then finally I like got her in the store later and I was like, ah. It was a really cool full circle moment of like being a reader to a business owner kind of a moment. Let's see. There's a lot of books back there behind me. I'm trying to think. Untethered. I don't remember if that was in 2024 or early 2025, but it's by Gloria Bottleman. It's just like cozy but like gothic horror fantasy kind of book.
Mm.
Super good. The girl's a necromancer basically, and the main male character is not like a criminal, but he's kind of like a criminal. He's like a pickpocket type of guy. And there's some good banter and tension. There's no spice, but there's just so much like just kiss already that like it keeps you going. Cause I love that like drag it on forever till you're just like, just do something, please. To make you beg for it kind of thing, honestly. Um,
There's times when I read those that I really just
yeah.
want to punch the author in the face because I'm like, I want to get to that part already.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely been some books where I've been like, I can't take it any longer. Like, please tell me when this is going to happen. But yeah, I don't know. I read several of the indie authors that are in our store last year. And they're just, man, there were so many good books. I will say an audiobook series that's also, they have a physical book, Martha Wells and Murderbot. Oh my gosh. If you like sci-fi and you like snarky, sassy people, Murderbot is your man. Like, it's hilarious and so good.
I appreciate the authors who put banter in their books
Yeah.
because there's nothing like reading a book and just laughing. Just a
Yeah.
good belly laugh.
Yeah. Murderbot has a lot of very good laugh points because he's called a sec unit. So he's kind of like a robot, but he still has human parts. And he hates people. Like all he wants to do is be left alone and watch TV shows. So kind of like a reader. We just want books. But he
Mm-hmm.
likes shows. And oh my gosh, the things he says like just crack you up. And his sarcasm and his like, do I have to do that? And you're like, yeah. You have
Obviously.
to do this. You're the only one capable. It was a great surprise series that I adored. And evidently it got made into a TV show,
No,
which I have not watched because it's just not going to be the same.
it's not. It never is. Being able
Yeah.
to read the book and seeing it on a movie or film, it just is not,
Yeah.
it doesn't hit the same.
No, it really doesn't. So I usually avoid the adaptations unless it's a horror book. And then I'll watch the adaptations because I enjoy seeing the like creative liberty that the directors will take and see like, okay, how does this vary and what does it do for the story? Like I'm analyzing it.
I think most times when you do, it is analyzing like what part did they leave out because they always leave out the best parts.
Yeah. Like a really wild book is from the 90s. Do you remember I Know What You Did Last Summer with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer? What? Okay, it's okay. So I loved that movie from the 90s. It had Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar. And it's like a slasher. The book version versus the movie are literally nothing alike. It was the wildest book to film change I've ever seen, I think, in my life. And I was like, oh, wow. I still love the movie though. Doesn't change anything.
No, I love that. You sit there and you analyze them. But no, I haven't. I have not. I haven't watched it.
So wild. I can't
No,
believe it. It was
I.
like a big deal for a while too.
I don't. I don't enjoy movies or TV very often. Like, this is where I
Oh,
get
yeah.
drawn in. Is here
Yeah.
because you know people talk a lot about the whole audiobook in full
Yeah.
cast, right? I
Yeah.
can't do it. Like, I just need quiet and
Yeah.
for it to play out in my head. So on a TV or in the movies, it's overwhelming because you hear
Yeah.
all of it all at once and it's just overwhelming.
That makes sense. I didn't get into audiobooks until, well, literally last year. And it was probably like the summer I finally started listening. And I can only listen to horror and thrillers on audio. Like a fantasy book, it's just lost on me. I miss the depth and the connection that happens in the fantasy books or, um, a lot of sci-fi books I can't really listen to. Martha Wells was just the exception because of the narrator. I really liked him. Um, but I do get that. And I've never listened to I guess they're like the full cast audio. I've never listened to one of those. I've done like the dual where you can have like the male and the female. But that's as far as I can go. Cause then it's just like, no, that's not how I imagine this person. You got it all wrong. Or
Who's your
I probably have it all wrong.
Who's your favorite narrator?
Oh, okay. Well, so I'm not gonna have the normal ones since I don't listen to romance. But Kevin R. Free did stellar with Martha Wells' Murderbot, and then there's a guy, he did Geneva Rose's book. It's like a slasher, and he has this like gravelly voice that
Mm.
sounds like kind of country southern, but kind of like seductive. Don't tell my husband that because I make fun of his southern accent sometimes. Um, Whoever that guy is, I'll just have to message you his name because I don't know it. I like
What
him
was
a
the book
lot.
again?
I think it's You Shouldn't Have Come Here.
I'm
I'm pretty
Googling
sure
it.
that's it. Yeah. Because whatever that guy's name is, I really enjoyed his voice. Um, whatever it was good. Whatever about his voice.
Andrew Eldon
Maybe that's it. That
or
sounds familiar.
Andrew Eden
Yeah, I think maybe that's it.
by Genova Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. I like him. He's good. I could listen to several more books by him, I feel like.
Can we just play one part of it?
Yeah. Yeah, go for it. Do it. Yeah,
Trying to
it's
bust
like,
everybody's eardrum.
yeah. It's got like the music at the front. Well, it might take a while. I don't remember if he's the first
He
person
didn't
in it.
even. He didn't even. We didn't even get to hear his voice. That was so.
It was almost like a movie trailer, honestly.
I love that there's a little clips. I want to hear his voice now. I want to know the hype.
I mean, I don't know if others have the hype, but I
Okay,
did.
well, your hype is important. So,
Woo!
the star of the show.
Woohoo! And I wish I could play it off mine now. Probably wouldn't work.
We're just over here, like,
You
going to
must
town.
listen to this man's voice.
Well, I want to know. I want to know the what is happening. I know who that is. That's Aiden Snow.
I haven't heard his voice yet. Yes. Yes. He
I know
like
who
has
that is, though.
yeah, he has moments where he like gets really low and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Cross your legs.
Okay. Yeah. But like and he does these parts in the book where he'll like go on and on with his inner dialogue moment and you're like, "Tell me more, please." It
I
was
can see the
good.
hype.
It was good.
I can see it.
I like the gravelly voices is probably why. I also like gravelly voices in singers, so like it makes total sense.
Yep. I mean, that's relatable. It like tickles the ears, you know? It tickles
Yeah.
the brain.
Yeah, it does. It just gives like depth too, because a lot of time people have very monotone voices. Like I know I'm probably a very monotone voice person, which is great for some
Same.
things, but when I'm listening to someone just go on and on and on, I need something unique. And
It's
if that's like a
repetitious.
raspy thing, okay, cool, let's go for it.
Mm-hmm. Nope, I am right there with you. There's this one narrator. And he has like a raspy voice. Hold on.
Thank you for connecting with me here. If you're new, you're an author, indie author, a narrator, or you're in those circles, whether it's book talk, smutty book talk, etc., feel free to follow. I have a wide versatility and range, and
Who is that?
Brandon Francis.
Oh, yes. Never heard of him. Looking him up now.
He is seriously
Literally.
so kind.
I love
So
that.
kind. I actually met Brandon through Autumn Mercer because they were doing a duet, and they're like, "Hey, wanna listen to a book?" And I'm like, "Abso-freaking-lutely, I do."
Oh, that's awesome.
And Brandon is just so kind. Like, you know, he's one of those narrators that, you know, is wow.
He's so good.
He's
He made you lose
engaging.
your words.
Well, have you? I gotta show you Autumn's, because they're a big duet team, right? And they do a
Yeah.
lot of smut.
Yeah.
He's gonna think I'm crazy for just randomly stalking his profile. My bad, Brandon.
It's all for the purposes of research.
So this is the book that they had me listen to, and it's called The Midnight Order, right? So hold on.
Oh.
Blackmore isn't much, but it's spooky. It looks like Halloween threw up all over the town, and the townsfolk were too lazy to clean it up.
this one might be fun. She's got spunk. She's a walking nightmare with a warning sign attached. One that says, "Stay away."
Please, don't hurt me.
I'd become a lesbian for Autumn. I think so. I just think so.
I like the enthusiasm in her voice. Like, I'm like, oh, I feel the story here. Yes.
Yes.
And then, of
exactly.
course, like, I'm pretty sure I blushed with his. I was like, oh my.
So
that's a good voice.
this is already news that's come out, right? I actually work with Alana Dell, who wrote Vows of Vengeance. And it's mafia adjacent, right? And that was her first book. And I messaged her, I was like, "Hey, can I call you?" Because I was her ARC reader. And she was like, "Yeah." I'm pretty sure she got like, "Is she gonna stalk me?" Kind of. Not gonna lie, Alana. But I said, "Hey, while I was reading this, Autumn Mercer, who was a narrator, she read that book. Like, that's whose voice I picture." I was like, she's like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Go to her TikTok, and go look at her profile." She's like, "Yes! Oh my god, yes!" And I was like, "Okay."
That's so cool.
So they're actually going to be the ones narrating it, is Brandon and Autumn.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I'm so freaking
I would love
excited
to do that. I would love to like connect more authors with narrators. I just don't know any yet. Maybe one day I'll know some. But
You'll get there.
I think those are such a cool transition for authors to get to have, is the audiobook and the excitement of hearing someone else read your book. Like, TikTok has a thing that I know I've seen a lot, like the human voices only. And there was another something similar to that where a bunch of the authors in our store actually had random narrators who would read passages from their book. And I think I spent like 12 hours on TikTok that day because I was just listening to the live stream, waiting for when our authors would pop up. And there were a lot of really amazing narrators that I was like, how are you not a millionaire?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is amazing.
Well, in Midnight Order, listening to Autumn and Brandon narrate that, I got so mad. Like, Autumn sounded like she was scared for her life, and I was like, "What are you doing to her? Run! Run!" And I was like, "Hey, it's not real. It's not real. She's really not in danger. It's okay." And
Oh, that's so funny.
I got so nervous I chewed off my fingernails because I
Oh
was
my
like, "Oh my
gosh.
god, she's running for her life. Like she's in danger." It was a mess.
Oh, oh man.
Yeah.
That would be such a great experience though. I haven't had an audiobook where I've felt that deeply. I've had some moments where I've been like, what the? And then I had to be like, well, there's children around. I can't say anything else. I'm thinking.
Well, do you have audiobook
Um, do I
or
listen to
Audible?
Hoopla usually?
Hoopla?
No, I don't. So I don't have KU and I don't have Audible. I just do like the library connections of like Hoopla and stuff like that. It's free and through the library, which I love. And I just got into them, so I was like, I don't feel like I can pay and it be
Yeah,
justified yet.
that's reasonable. If you get the chance and you want to hear like a thriller, but it is
Yeah,
spicy. Um,
it's okay with me.
it's The Midnight Order by K.M. Mixon. Did I say
I
that right?
love thrillers. I'll find it, I'm sure. Anything that's a thriller, I can find. I feel like I've heard of that book before too. Does it have like a black and red cover?
Yeah,
I've seen that on Instagram.
it is by K.M. Mixon. Yeah.
Okay.
Autumn and Brandon were the duet team for that book, but
Cool.
it is like thriller.
Oh,
It's
yes.
sexy though.
That's okay.
Okay, you'll have to let me know. But yeah, Autumn had me on the edge of my seat the whole time listening.
Oh, nice. Oh, good. Okay. I'm adding that one to the list.
See,
I just finished an audiobook, so that's good. I need a new one.
I like having people that, you can talk all sides of, audiobooks, books in general. It's fantastic.
It is. And like I don't discriminate like ebooks, physical book, audiobook. Now I'm into all of them. Earlier last year I would have been like, I just can't find an audiobook I love. And then I finally did. And it was the most random horror book. And I was like, oh, I love this. But yeah, I think any consumption of books is just great. I can't knock any of it.
Yeah, 100%. Is there more that you would like to tell us about your bookstore?
Gosh, let's see. Right now, we have 135 authors that we work directly with. We try to work directly with all the authors to purchase through them, whether that's wholesale kind of a setup or consignment, because we do what we can to work the system in the author's favor. If you purchase through a printer, there's nothing wrong with that, but ultimately we've done a lot of math and we want them to get the most for their book rather than the least for their book. And so our store is really, really focused on doing what we can to benefit authors. So much so that we have like author services that we're starting to try and open up. So branding is a really big deal, but branding is also really expensive. We just had a rebrand for the store and it was amazing. A wonderful experience. She did a stellar job. But if I would have tried to do this when we first opened, I would not have been able to afford it. And I just got lucky that timing worked out. I could afford it when I did. And so we're starting to offer like branding packages to the authors that are in store that if you don't have branding, I can create a baseline thing. I've done it for 3 different authors now, and they all love the like package that I made. I work with them, so it's like a very one-on-one kind of experience. We do sprayed edges in-house that we design for our authors. We make book boxes, and we're not like the other guys. We're cool. I'm just kidding. No, all the book boxes are really cool, but ours focuses on indie authors. So every box gets 2 indie author books. They're both signed. The boxes all have swag in them. And then all the other things that come with it is stuff that we actually make ourselves. And We do them every other month. And right now we're doing a Valentine's anthology with Book Goblin and 5 indie authors, which is super cool. And it's so adorable. We have like a little book-shaped candle
Oh,
um that's going in it, and we've already worked out like the scent and everything, which is called Love is in the Air.
oh, that is cute.
uh, I know, right? And I've got like custom annotating tabs that match the covers of all 5 of the books that are in the box, and like there's just a lot that we try to do to make an indie author feel special and like they're just as big and important as the people who are with the big publishing houses, but without making them pay like massive amounts of money to experience those pros and cons, or have them feel like they lose money like some do when they join with book
Mm,
boxes that I've learned about, unfortunately. So the goal is always just whatever it takes to benefit the author is what we're all about.
I love that so much. That's fantastic. And people can engage with you on Instagram and Threads.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And we are at the Crafty Bookstore. Super simple. We like to keep it easy. So our website and our IG and Threads handle are all the same. It's just at the Crafty Bookstore. We answer DMs regularly. We have a book bingo we do every month. It's super fun. It's a great reading challenge, and the winner, based off who the wheel picks, not me, gets a coupon to the store to get free shipping off of an order.
That's
So
amazing.
there's just fun little things that we try to do to engage with readers also, because without them, the store wouldn't exist either.
Right? No, that's so amazing. Thank you for having an online bookstore where indies, um, well, it's heavily focused on indie authors
Yeah.
because people don't understand what it takes to market and get their book out there and how much it truly costs to publish your book.
Oh yeah. I don't think I'd realized it until I joined Bookstagram and became an ARC reader. And then, talking with the authors, I was like, holy cow, it cost how much just to print a copy? That doesn't include the cover artist. It doesn't include character art, doesn't include editing and formatting and like all these
The
things. And
ISBN numbers.
yeah, which are so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the uploading process, and what a nightmare uploading your book is just to get it to the point that it can print. Then you have to get a copy, and then that copy is usually wrong the first time. So then you got to fix the uploads. And man, there's just so much that goes into it that it's really easy to forget that, yes, it's a book. Yes, we're all dying for sequels, but like, man, the patience pays off. Just like, just wait for it because it's stressful for especially like the debut authors who are learning it all on the fly. Is I mean, I'm learning new things still, and we've been open for 16 months or whatever. So
Oh, wow.
there's a lot of nuances to the book world.
There really is. And then the little things that get thrown in there with the of delays.
Yeah.
Yeah. They truly do
Yeah.
work their tush off.
Yeah. And delays are so out of anyone's control. Like we had a really big release we got to be part of for HM Wolf and Daggermouth. And that was like the coolest thing. But man, we had a huge delay from when release date was to when we got the first shipment of books because she got picked up by a traditional publisher. And between that and the uploading and then holiday season, printers are so slow.
Mm-hmm.
And they prioritize ordering based on like count and all these other things. And so we're like this tiny bookstore ordering hundreds and hundreds of copies, and we're not going to get them anytime fast. But we got them as fast as we can, and it's hard for everyone. And we try to take the brunt of the pain of it and hope that the authors don't get nasty messages from readers ever.
I really hope that the whole sending nasty messages to authors just quits. Like, there's no need
Yeah.
to be rude. Like, did you see on Threads that a one author, before publishing his book, had an ARC reader read his book, and they showed up to his work with a 13-page essay on what they didn't like.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I did see that because we have pre-order campaign open for her right now.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, I saw that and I went, wait, why does that name look familiar in this video? And I've seen other people repost the video. And yeah, her pre-orders are open. It's a sequel. It's called The Lives of Liars, I think I said it right,
Mm-hmm.
by May Roberts. And I saw that and was like, that was unsolicited feedback. No, thank you. I'm good. It's already about to be out in the world, so
But showing up to her job.
yeah, I know. That was the weirdest part. I was like, did they already know you? Did they find you? I had so many questions and I was like, I'm not gonna ask, but I have so many
Restraining order.
questions. Seriously. Not part of anything ever again now either. Goodbye. Blocked.
You block the author?
No, I didn't. I mean, like, that author should block that person.
Oh, I was like, wait, what, it wasn't
Oh,
their fault?
no. Oh gosh, no, I didn't block the author's recipe. We have her pre-order campaign open. One, I would never want to. Two, that is totally not her fault. I meant block that person
Mm-hmm.
in all formats of life.
As they should.
That'd be terrible.
I think if people
Yeah.
are going to have disgusting behavior towards authors, whether they're trad or indie,
Yeah.
then they need to be blocked from the society, like the community that everybody has put in time and effort to make it feel safe. But that
Yeah.
was definitely not safe.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that. Like, and I just saw Bryn Weaver had made a post about recently about how she'd been experiencing stalking. And I was like, what? I mean, there's so many authors that there was a bunch of doxing that went on not long ago. And I was like, the whole point of books is freedom from real life in a lot
Exactly.
of ways. So, like, why would you want to drag out someone's real life when we're all just trying to read a book to avoid life? Now you just made real life even harder.
Exactly. The whole point of getting lost in a book is to forget your problems. And these authors just put them out there because, one, they enjoy it, and then they have a dream, But
Yeah.
for readers and even non-readers to do the disgusting shit that they do with them, uncalled for.
Yeah, it really is. And it's kind of appalling, honestly. I mean, it's not kind of, it just is appalling that people would even think to do some of those things. Like, we're an anti-AI bookstore. We don't condone the use of AI. We don't encourage the use of it. We don't want authors to utilize it. However, that doesn't mean it's okay to harass someone who uses it. You don't align with them, block them, delete from following them. But like the things that I've seen, I'm like, listen, you don't have to like it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, but I am not going to go calling people names, being hateful. Like, I get it. I disagree wholeheartedly. There's a civil way to deal with this. And I've seen a lot of things that I'm like, woo, I hope the bookstore never gets on anyone's bad side.
Well, that and like the whole let's gather everybody and grab our pitchforks. And so we all can come at them. Like, it's unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, it's dangerous. We all need to make informed decisions about things. And, I hate that in this world, it's so hard to know what's authentic and what's not because so many things are generated and created in a way that they're meant to look authentic, even when they aren't. And so as people, it's kind of like, okay, do I just take everyone else's word? Do I find a way to dig myself? If I don't know how to do the digging though, like what am I supposed to do? There's not experts
100%.
on this stuff really.
Mm-hmm. And it's a
And then in
learning curve for
turn,
them, especially
yeah,
indie authors.
exactly.
Like, they're trying to figure this stuff out too. It's not just
Yeah.
like, they know it all.
Yeah. And I mean, there's there's mistakes that everyone's going to make, and some mistakes are part of the process, and some mistakes, yeah, like that was a big boo-boo. You really shouldn't have done that. That was something you probably should have caught on to, based on the rhetoric and things going on in the book world. But it doesn't mean we need to dox people. It doesn't mean that we need to send death threats via messages. Like, those are extreme things. You're like toying with, illegal moments now rather than
Mm-hmm.
just being mad. So it's just, yeah. I always worry about those things too, because like as a store owner, you can easily get lumped in on stuff. And so there's always that like back of the mind worry of like, oh my gosh, I really hope nothing ever happens.
Seriously. Well, thank you so much, Bailey, for coming
Yeah.
on and talking about the Crafty Bookstore and
Yeah.
sharing your interest in what books you like and talking about the narrators. It's been a pleasure having you on. I know you have little ones at home, so
Yes.
I appreciate you so much, and it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me in the Crafty Bookstore. And we are super excited to see where your podcast and everything goes, and hopefully have you as part of our wonderful store family somehow.
Absolutely, I'm interested. Thank you, Bailey.
Yeah, thank you.